Good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's Saturday the 25th. I just finished getting ready for the day. I'm off to Equinox to train 4 clients, and then I need to fit my own workout in after that. And I might go get my eyebrows threaded, and when I get back here I'm gonna meal prep and some other things. So this vlog is probably going to be a little bit more prep related, but I'll take you along for whatever else goes on this weekend. My fit is my Aloe top, my Aloe pants, and I'm about to put on my Aloe Star waist trainer because that's been helping me so much this week. I'm really excited, and I'll tell you more about how some of the things that are going well in this prep. Okay, so it's a few hours later. I finished work. I'm on Newberry Street and I'm just about to get my brows done. We will have a little transformation in a moment. I also went to Trader Joe's and got some things. And this is the finished product. Really just helps so much. All right, I'm home and I stopped at Victoria's Secret. I stopped at Clover just to get a little snack while I'm meal prepping, so I'll show you what I got. Okay, this is their fancy carrots and hummus. It looks like there's some beets here, which I wasn't expecting, but I'm excited about. And one of the big things, like, as you're, being conscious of what you eat, is like when you go out to eat, like, you don't really know what's in the food. So like, I'm gonna track this hummus. I'm gonna have, this is like probably 3 servings of hummus, but like the average population like doesn't know that this is 3 servings of hummus. So like, you'll be like, oh, I was eating healthy. I'm just gonna have some of this, save some of it for tomorrow, and yeah, looks really good. Okay, I'm just heading to my workout. My glutes are so sore after yesterday, so really the only option is upper body today. I'm gonna do some overhead press, rear fly, upright row, lateral raises, probably like one other thing, but obviously starting with the overhead press. I'm always starting with my compound lifts, and I'll film whatever I can. Okay, so I'm starting off with my dumbbell Arnold press. I'm using 20s, which is a challenging weight for me. I have palms facing in and then palms facing out at the top, coming down to the collarbone each time, extending all the way through the elbows. I'm also making sure to keep my core engaged and the glutes squeezed a little bit just to keep my core tight throughout the movement. These were good, definitely the one to start with. From here, I'm going into a rear fly. So I have bench supported, it's at a 45-degree angle. And then arms are going right out at shoulder level, trying to pause slightly at the top, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And I'm using 5s here, so a little bit of a lighter weight, so I'm going for more reps. I love training rear delts. I always start with the rear delts and then I make my way forward. I picked that up from someone and I just kept it. I think it feels awesome. So we got a few more of these. And then from there, I'm into Smith machine upright row. You've definitely seen me do these before. These have been part of my routine for a while now. Slight lean forward with the body, and watching this back, I am going a little fast on these. I should be more slow and controlled, but I'm probably just, feeling the pump, feeling the burn. So I love that for me. And then after that, I went into my dumbbell lateral raises. I really should be using 12s, but we didn't have 12s, so I just picked up the 10s and tried to pause a little bit longer at the top. Yeah, so if you're working with weights and you don't have the exact one you're looking for, go a little lighter and pause longer, or go heavy and see what you can do. That's how PRs happen. From there, I go into a tall kneeling position for my front raises. Anytime you're in a kneeling or tall kneeling position, seated, you have less momentum with your legs, so it makes the movement more challenging, and these were definitely challenging. It was really hard for me to complete the last few reps, but I did it. And then a little pump here just to see what the shoulders are looking like. And it wasn't glute day, but you know, here you go. Okay, so here I have some of my essentials. My tofu, which is 5 servings per container, so I'll cut it up and I'm going to just steam it with some water on my non-stick pan. And then my rice is organic jasmine rice. I just love jasmine rice more than any other kind of rice. And I'm going to prepare a whole cup, and so when that's done, I'm gonna combine these two into 4 little containers. The serving size for tofu is gonna be like 1.25 servings per container, but that's all right because extra protein is totally fine for me at the moment. And the rice cooker is already on, just waiting for that to heat up. And I'll get my containers. I'll show you how I divvy everything up. All right, so I have my scale and my containers all lined up. The rice looks literally beautiful, and the tofu is here. Focus, yeah. So I'm gonna show you exactly how I do this. Turn the scale on, number 1. You're gonna put your container on it, and then it's called tare, where you just clear the weight of that. So we're back to 0, and then the food that we put in is going to be measured just as that. I'm aiming for around 80 grams of rice. That's good enough. If it was prep, I would be like more accurate, but I am just doing close as possible. And then again, repeat here, tare, tare. And then I just know from the way I cut these that it's gonna be 8 pieces of tofu per container, because I cut it 4 pieces of 2, and I would probably also normally use a fork, but trying to do this all at once. Boom. And the last little bit will be verminuts with the tofu, and then I have this little soy sauce I'm gonna add on top. All right, wrapped up with eating. Everything was delicious. I'm about to put my comfy clothes on and relax. But I did want to talk a little bit about my plans for this prep. A little while since I've talked about it. And last time I talked about it, I was like saying that I was excited that I am qualified for nationals, and I wanted to do a prep because I felt like, why would I want to waste the opportunity of being qualified for nationals and not doing a show? And like, that was my why, you know, that the opportunity was there. But when I've thought more about it these past few weeks, I feel like I don't need to do a competition to keep progressing, like to chase the national stage, to chase my pro card, because it's so much work that you put in, and you're putting your happiness and your results in the hands of others. Like, I can do all of the work in the world, but I might not be competitive at nationals and get a pro card. I mean, I think my coach could make me competitive and get a pro card if that's what I wanted to do, but I'm not sure that's something that is that important to me right now. But living the lifestyle of being in a prep and having discipline with my food and my workouts, that does bring me joy. And I feel like my work is better when I'm kind of in that mindset. Like I feel like I can do a better job for my clients and kind of be more of like the Christina that I want to be. So even though I'm not sure I actually even want to do a national show because it might be just a lot of pressure for me in addition to working at Equinox. But I do think that I want to prep for a competition, bring a better package than last year, and just do it for fun. Like there are some shows and some cool locations, and you know, I love getting glammed up on that day and showing my best. And I do think there's a lot of room for improvement since last year. So that's more of my goal at the moment, is getting my physique to be better than last year, working on my posing because I think presentation is so much of it. And there are parts of my posing that I think are good, but there are also parts of my posing that could really, you know, put me over bring me to a better level. So that's my current plan, is just taking things slowly. And I actually feel like without like the pressure of an exact date that I have to do it by, I'm more relaxed about doing it. So I'm really happy about like following a plan, having discipline, practicing what I preach, and just being like a really good trainer to my clients. So I'm happy, and that's the current plan, is just to kind of like soft prep for a little bit. I have a photo. If I can add it in after this, like in a little clip, I'll add it in so you can see it. But basically last year, like about a week before my birthday, I went to the Colonnade pool where they have a roof deck, and I had my little Inamorata bikini, and I was like, I'm not sure what my body fat percentage was, but it was probably less than 20%. And I had abs and I was happy, and just being in that physique feels like an accomplishment to me. So my first goal is just to get to that physique, like that abs, like lifestyle physique really. And then at that point, I think I'll make a decision, like, do I want to push it to more than lifestyle, like stage lean, or am I just happy like being lifestyle fitness, strong, whatever. So that's kind of where my head's at. And I know it seems like back and forth, and for a while I like kind of couldn't even think about what my why was. It's like, why do I even want to compete again? Why do I want to suffer again? And I had to stop thinking that way, because if you think of it as suffering, like really, what's the point at all? So that's the current plan. If you have stuck around this long through this day, which is not the most like interesting of days, it was mostly just like the work that needs to be done to get to the goals. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I hope to see you again soon. See you.